Hi, I'm whimsical, and I want to build a fish house. That's right, I want to build a house made of fish, made of copper, and it's going to be a beautiful one. There's a nice fire going on in the background. That's nothing to do with me. I'm just here to build the fish house. I've decided to call it Fopper Kish because that means copper fish, doesn't it? Really, I've just changed the name around. How stupid is that? Here I'm using the copper blocks, the withered ones or whatever they are. I guess I mean weathered copper blocks because I think they look rather fetching, don't they? A dashing addition to the fish house. And right now I'm just building up the oval shape. I have to go underground a little bit because I want half of it submerged. That way I can have a nice big fish house. To make the oval, I use the Gamer Geeks website, and you can actually choose the size of the oval, how wide you want it, how high you want it. Maybe you can zoom in a little bit if you need a bit more detail. And I got this one. This is perfect for the fish house. I need to have this for the mouth and the body. I spent a bit of time clearing out the soil and the sand because I don't need that. That's in the way of the fish's body. And that way I can have my nice oval structure and repeat it all the way across. I'm using the weathered copper blocks because it's a nice rainbow effect. I quite like that. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Well, it started raining. I'm not happy about the rain, but what are you going to do? Usually I set the game mode to have no weather, but I didn't bother, did I, this time? I've messed it up. And I also didn't use an inspiration picture, sort of, so it's a bit of a mess. This fish body, though, looks pretty good. It's going to be an absolutely massive structure with plenty of space for crafting, storage, living, and, just being in the fish. I quite like it. It's a nice oval form. And here I'm just working out various details on the fish's body. I kind of want to have a little bit more detail on the scales, I guess you could call them scales. Something interesting here, and I'm quite enjoying this build. It's not going to be used for anything particular, just a showcase of my building ability, I guess. Not 100% sure what I want to do with the fish scales there, but it does look pretty good. So now I'm going to add some teeth. I'm going to use those end rods as teeth. I was thinking of using stairs at first, but they look good. Nice jagged row of weird teeth to get into the mouth. Here is the eye. Now, if the eye is a little bit too high, like it is here, it looks like a weird frog pouring its way onto the land. It does look good, but it's not a fish. So I went on the internet to look at pictures of fishes, and actually the eye is a little bit lower on the body. So what I decided to do was move the eye down just a little bit further to make it look more like a realistic fish. So here's the process of me moving the eye down a little bit. I just want it in the middle like that. It now looks like a bit more of a fish. Beached on the sand there. It's beached, isn't it? It does look pretty good, and I'm happy with the way the fish is looking now. Now I've added some fins on the side. I don't want to go too crazy with the fin design, just, a few things to make it look more fish-like, because at the minute it's just a weird reindeer body. But here, look, it's looking a bit more fishy with some of those frills that come off. The little fins that they can swim around with in the sea. This one's obviously gone too high. He also needs some whiskers. So I add some whiskers at the top, little antlers, and whiskers at the front there, so it's got a Fu Manchu mustache. That's pretty good, I like that. A little bit more detail with copper blocks for the fish fins, and now I'm going to start rounding off the tail and sealing it in so I've got a place to do things inside the fish. All I'm doing for that is bringing in the oval one more time. Each layer is having one more oval inside itself, if you get me. Just one further in, and that way I can close the fish's body and have that little bit of water in there, which I will remove in a minute, with sponges. I do think it's a pretty good build, and you'll have to let me know in the comments if you're enjoying this build. Also, consider subscribing. I've recently just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I want to go further into my quest for Minecraft success. That's pretty good, it rhymes. I'm also going to get working on my survival series soon. It's one of those things I've got to get doing. I've got to finish the survival mode. For the resource pack in this game, I'm using Mizuno's resource pack, which looks really beautiful. And for the blocks, it doesn't go too far with craziness. I'll definitely be using this resource pack in the future because I think it's got some potential there. It looks beautiful. I'm just fixing up the final fin on the fish. It's pretty much done. I'm very happy with the fish design there. It looks really cool. I'm just going to add some little windows in the tail, I guess. Maybe fill it up a little bit, add some extra bits. Knock out these bits here so it looks more like a toy. And now now it looks like a toy. You know what would be cool? One of those little wind-up things where you can turn it around and it like moves. So I tried it in the middle, it didn't look right. I tried it at the back. It looks a little bit better at the back, but it's still not quite right. Most of those toys you have in the middle, don't you? You wind them up in the middle of the toy. So here, it looks good. I'm happy with that. but it's not in the right position, so I actually need it in the middle of the fish's body, just like a real wind-up toy. Not that you could actually wind it up in Minecraft, but it does look better like that, like a real wind-up toy. Now I'm going to venture into the fish's mouth, add a few lights because it's very dark in here. So I'm using redstone blocks and copper bulbs down there, and I'm going to add some lanterns at the top in a minute. I just want to make sure that it's not a completely dark cavern, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to work in there, and that's a shame. Now that it's nicely lit up and it looks very fish-like, I'm going to start working on sponging it up. So here's a first-person mode of me putting in the final few bulbs. For that, I'm using redstone blocks placed in the ceiling, kind of where there isn't going to be any daylight showing. I don't want the redstone blocks visible. I reckon that place is really nicely lit up. 2 don't work, I need 2 redstone blocks, and I don't really care. So here I'm just going to slam these sponges all around and remove the water. It's actually a very painful process. I don't know how you would do this in survival mode, you'd be here forever. And you don't get that many sponges, do you, from the monuments? So here, look, I'm putting all the sponges in. I'm trying to soak up all the water, building these columns and wires and cables of sponges, just sticking in columns and rows everywhere. Just got to get rid of all this water. There's so much water in the place, it's an absolute mess. I'm not bothered about the sponges. I'll remove those in due time. I just want to get rid of all this water. It's annoying. Pretty much done. There's a few more. There's one over there. Bit more water, look. Oh, all the water has gone. There's one more bit of water. Right, it's gone. Now I've got to remove all the sponges, and that's pretty much my area complete. I don't want to destroy the building. That's good. Put all these sponges into the bin, as in delete them. Let's get rid of all these sponges. It's a mess. I like them. Actually, sponges do look cool, but not wet ones. They've all got those drips on them, and that's horrible. So yeah, let's take away a few more of these sponges. There's only a few left, and that's my cave fish mouth complete. There's going to be 2 floors in here. It's going to be a very big place. You know what, if I had the copper blocks, I'd be building one of these. Definitely in survival mode. You could do. You'd have to bring up all of the copper blocks from the trials chambers, wouldn't you? It would take forever. That was nice, a nice little bulb segment there. Whoops, I'm destroying it. A few more sponges on the walls there, and that's pretty much done. My home is ready for things to go inside. So what I need to do, look, I need to light it up over there with a couple of lanterns. That looks a bit better. I guess that's going to be the bedroom area at the back. Maybe a couple of lanterns on the side, one here and one here. It's fine that it's offset, it doesn't matter. This wall at the back, I don't want to have it as sand and dirt, so I'm going to remove it all and fill it in with nice copper blocks. I like those green ones, they do look pretty good. Just remove everything like this. It takes a while, but it's a good process to do, and I'm happy with it. Take away all this stone and the diorite or whatever it is, get rid of it. Andesite. Cool, that's pretty good. That's my wall complete in my fish house, and I'm very happy with that. So I plank up the whole area with oak planks very quickly. It wasn't that quick when I was doing it, let me tell you. And now I'm going to add a staircase. The staircase is going to head down to the treasure room. I'm going to have a nice treasure room downstairs where I can collect all the bits and put all my loot. That's the idea, really, having a little treasure room. The chest zone. Plenty of things in here. There's going to be. This staircase is going to go down like this. Very simple staircase using oak planks and staircase pieces. Easy. I do like that. It's a bit offset into the middle. I don't want it too close to the mouth. And I don't really want the staircase too far into the body because that way it wouldn't look right. I do quite like making these staircases, but they can be a pain sometimes. This one's not too painful really. I just feel it's not long enough. So I might need to extend it a little bit. This particular treasure room is going to have thousands and thousands of chests in it. That's basically for all of the blocks you find. During my survival playthroughs, I've noticed I get a lot of dirt and gravel and bits of stuff you just don't need, like sand and things. So you end up storing them, don't you, really, in boxes, and you're wasting all the boxes there. But this staircase is looking a bit better. It's a little bit thicker. I like it 3, to be honest. It's nicer like that. Remove those down a bit. Just get rid of that one and stick in the staircase here. So I've got a nice place to go up and down into the treasure room. I'm just going to fill in all of these bits underneath as well. So then I've got a nice area to be chesting. Just going to pop in all those planks there. I could use those for chests, really. But nah, there's no need, is there? Just put those here. Whoops, I got rid of one of the lights. I don't want to do that. I need to see the light. I need to see the light. Maybe I can put the bulb on the other side, just like that. Pretty good. Fill in this bit here with some planks. It doesn't really matter. That's my staircase to my treasure room complete. Add a few more stairs. That's done. That's the staircase from the bedroom area down to the treasure room. I'm very, very happy with how this looks. It's not the most ideal system in the world. A ladder system may have worked as well because I could have had more space for chests. But to be honest, when there's 3,000 chests in a room, you don't even need to bother with that, do you? You can have a nice staircase. Make it look a little bit classy because this is the fish house. It needs to look classy, doesn't it? And now that's complete, I can start putting in 1,000,000 chests. So to do that, I'm basically going to use the chests, the standard ones, add some ladders up there so I can get up a nice easy way. I'm going to put a few shulker chests in here as well, because I think they look pretty cool, don't they really? Loads and loads of chests, and the Mizuno ones look even better, they look pretty sweet. Put in thousands of chests, just so much stuff. If you've got any bricks, you can just hide them in there. Add a little ladder system, a few planks, a few slabs, extra bits as well. I think that looks good. Whoops, I popped the fish there. Do you see that? I've got some water in the house. I don't want that. Loads of shulker boxes, barrels, strange things. I'm going to have some glass there so you can see down from the bedroom space. That's pretty much the chest area done. You know what? When I'm playing survival, I do want to have this many chests. I think I'm gonna have like item frames with them as well, so I know what I'm looking at. And I'm also gonna have loads of armor stands with diamond suits on them because that's what I've done. I've got thousands of suits. You wouldn't be doing that normally, would you? But here I'm gonna add all of the things necessary for crafting. Stone cutters, all the different kinds of furnaces that you need, and I'm gonna block off the fish mouth with glass so you can see in. That's good. Have a couple of copper doors and add some pressure plates. That's pretty much done. In this area of the house, I'm going to have a bookcase system for an enchanting corner. I think that would look pretty cool. Bookcases are actually very expensive on survival mode, but in a creative build like this, they don't cost anything, do they? You don't have to kill 1,000 cows just to get one bookcase. You just put it down and you're done. You know what? I'll add a few more chests here while I'm at it. Couple of things in between all of those furnaces as well. I could have a nice auto furnace there, that would be pretty good. Wise, I've got plenty of space. My house is missing a bed, so I'm going to design a little bed here that would fit the fish house. A couple of those redstone red beds, they look really, really good. And then I'm just going to stick in these staircases upside down. It's not easy to do, you got to do it like this, like Tetris. That sort of Tetris design, that looks good. And then the same on this side, so it's like an archway. Put in the archway underneath, this side, and then just use slabs to make it look like a nice square bookcase thing. I like that as a bed, it's pretty fancy. I've offset the one on the left, that slab, but I don't think I like it, so I might remove that in a minute. I'm just thinking about it right now. Put in some trapdoors all the way along. I have a nice fancy bed. It's pretty good like that. Have a couple more slabs underneath. Now I've got a really big bed that I can get to. I like the look of that, having those slabs at the side with the one big one there, like the block. It does look really, really good that way. Just put in one more to the side there. I've got a nice bedroom there. It looks really good. Just change that one at the top, and that's my bed complete. Here are some shots of the final fish build. This is Fopper Kish, and it looks good. It looks proper good, doesn't it? I'm happy with this. Inside looks pretty good. Some of those end rods look a bit funny. I thought you could have them even further down, but 2 is good. 3 is a bit crazy. I do like the look of the fish at the side. It looks amazing. Subscribe if you've liked this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of Fopper Kish. I think it's proper good. I've really enjoyed making this. I took a little break from my survival episodes to do this. I've also took a break from a few other projects. But yeah, it's nice. It's the most absolute pointless build I've ever done. It's the fish house. I'm whimsical, and I'll see you next time.